Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Daily Drive. My name is Breaux, and we have been downloading some beats for the battles that we face. There's a collection of songs known as the Psalms in the middle of the Bible that you and I can download onto the playlist of our hearts, and they can help us walk into those battles we have with envy and pride and fear and anxiety and depression and loneliness and guilt and shame. And we've already downloaded a bunch of them. Today, I want us to look at a very short one that might shape our focus for this day. I know that y'all listen at various times of the day, and this will be great to recite and to memorize at any time. But for those of you who might just be starting out your morning by listening to this, why don't you let this be the direction for your entire day? It comes from Psalm 100. Shout with joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him singing with joy. So why not find a favorite worship song or an old hymn that maybe has been in your heart for a long time? And as soon as this podcast is over, why don't you just sing it? Sing it out loud and sing it with joy and gladness and awe. Maybe just lift up your hands, unless you're driving, hit your knees, lift up your head, lift up your voice, and just sing your heart out. It'll change the way you approach this day. Verse 3, acknowledge that the Lord is God. He made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. So right after you sing with gladness, or even during it, acknowledge that he is God, and you're not. Take yourself off the throne and resurrender to his leadership and his wisdom. Acknowledge the reality that you are not a self-made man. You are not a self-made woman, but that he is your creator. He is the breath in your lungs. He is the only reason you even exist. And tell him that you know the reality of being a humble sheep in his pasture that desperately needs a shepherd like him today. Verse 4, enter his gates with thanksgiving. Go into his courts with praise. The picture here is getting together with other people and worshiping as one voice. So this weekend, or whenever you venture into a church gathering, enter into the doors with thanksgiving in your heart and get there early. Don't wait till the musical portion is over, and don't bolt for the parking lot when amen is said. Don't show up as a consumer, but show up as someone who comes to be consumed by the presence and the goodness of God. Give thanks to him and praise his name. So let's let gratitude saturate your life today. Find things to be grateful for today. Maybe even make a gratitude list. Work your way through the ABCs like I've taught you many times on this podcast. But give thanks to him today and see if it doesn't start to sweep away envy and bitterness and entitlement in your soul. Verse 5, for the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever, and his faithfulness continues to each generation. See God like that today, that he's good, full of unfailing love, that he's a promise keeper who is faithful today, just as he always has been and always will be. So let me read it in its entirety again, and then you can go practice these things today. Shout with joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him singing with joy. Acknowledge that the Lord is God. He made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Go into his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name, for the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever, and his faithfulness continues to each generation. Man, I hope you have a great day walking with that God today. And I'll see you back here tomorrow.